Hello gamers, here I am again with another game published by Sometimes You. This one developed by Pixel. And I've got for you today Sigi, a fart for Melusina. I'm not totally sure if that's how you pronounce that last word, but that's what I'm going with. So here it is. It's apparently got super tight gameplay and wonderful pixel graphics to make a light-hearted and loving 8-bit adventure to enjoy. So, a little bit on the story is we join the Knight Sigi as he runs, jumps and battles in a flatulent quest to save Melusina, the love of his life. Take down hordes of goofy enemies and crazy bosses, earn riches, find long-lost holy artefacts and make your way up to the top of Mount Stinkup. So we've got 8-bit pixel graphics and a chiptune soundtrack, we've got detailed animation, parallax backgrounds and solid game design, hordes of goofy enemies and unforgettable boss fights, secret caverns full of loot to collect and lost artefacts to find. Apparently some trading cards are coming soon. So if you collect all the letters and hidden treasures, you complete 100% the game. Apparently, platformer junkies and speedrunners could finish Sigi in around 30 minutes. For everyone else, completing the story mode will take roughly an hour, which it did on my playthrough. But beware, aiming for a score of 100% will put you to the test. Are you a standard player or a gamepad master? So here we are right at the start, just getting used to the controls. As you can see, it's very old school. Honestly, the first thing that came to mind when I started getting used to the control scheme for it was Super Frog. And I don't mean Super Frog HD that was re-released a few years ago. I'm talking the original Amiga classic. So the story of the game's told through little text bites. I'm not quite sure if it's Sigi saying them or if it's just in his head. But we've got that sort of humour. And that was the titular Melusina there. Normally I'd say titular, but, you know, look at her, that was a bit obvious. And this is where the game starts proper. So collecting those little letters at the top of the screen, they'll spell out Sigi, and they get you an extra life. Those little tombstone things are your checkpoints. So there we go, there's an extra life right there. And the end of level is Weenies, a hot dog van. After that initial intro, we hit the world map, which was very reminiscent of Super Mario World, I thought. From these levels onwards, you've pretty much got your standard running, jumping, killing, classic platformer affair. There are some interchangeable weapons in there as well. You've got your springboards, or tyres, obviously. Zombie enemies. And hidden caverns. So how about that claim from the blurb about unforgettable boss fight? Well, this is your first one. Blind John. Yeah, the humour's pretty obvious there about seeing better days. So the boss fight itself, he's pretty awkward to begin with. I mean, I genuinely thought when I took him on that the secret to defeating him was going up the platforms. No, and the longer you spend on a boss fight, the more minions you get helping him out. And that counts for all of them as well. Thankfully, as you just saw there, when you die, the respawn time, A, is really quick, and B, is still quite entertaining. I like the whole lightning hitting the sword thing. And after defeating that boss, it's on to the world map and on to the next set of stages. As the game goes on, you'll find with each new level, you tend to come across a couple of new enemies. So by that point with the boss, we've got the snakes, the bugs, and the zombies. Following on after that, we get the skeletons, and then after that, well, you'll just have to experience it for yourself. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I really, really did. Now, it's probably something where I would have looked at it, and just because of the fart humour, I probably would have downloaded it. Let's be honest, I'm incredibly childish when I want to be. But it's entertaining. The music is brilliant. I mean, it proper puts me in mind, like I said earlier on, of those classic 8 and 16-bit platformers. Like I said, if you played the original Super Frog on the Amiga, that's how it feels. Not just because of the control scheme, but just how the physics and everything, like the whole package just feels like that kind of thing. I mean, I'm going back to the days of the Amiga here. I mean, anybody that watches this is probably not even going to remember the friggin' Amiga. But I fully enjoyed it. It came out on Steam a long time ago, but it got released on consoles, so Xbox, PlayStation, Vita, and the Switch, on the 7th of September. So it's been out a couple of weeks. This version that I'm playing now is the Switch edition. And yeah, you can do it in an hour. I mean, when I finished, I'd done 75% of the game in an hour because I'd missed a few collectibles and hadn't gone back and repeated any of the levels. But I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to get 100% completion on this because I enjoyed it that much. And it's perfect on the Switch. Probably on the Vita if you're one of those people that still uses that. Because of the quick pick up and play, it's a great little travel adventure. Yeah, I think they did a great job on this one, and I'm more than happy to recommend it. As always, I want to say a big thank you to Sometimes You and the developers Pixel for giving me a review code to check this out. Because it was bloody good fun, and I definitely think that you should play it if you're after a new little platformer to play. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, that's my final score for the first playthrough right there, and my actual playtime, which, if you're interested, I will be uploading as a separate video, so you can watch the full thing, commentary free, start to finish. Laugh at some of my embarrassing fails while I'm at it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will speak to you all again soon.